there was like almost a year where I guess that he hadn't lost on air.
Yeah.
But do you remember a guy, he was kind of short-lived, a guy called Ludwig Borga?
Ludwig Borga, yes!
You remember supposed to be from Finland or something like that?
Wow.
Ludwig Borga?
Yeah, I remember him.
He ended his fucking streak.
I did not know that. Wow. Ludwig Borga, he's a legend. Yeah, actually, you know what? Listen to this. My friend here, who's sitting like right next to me, actually downloaded a Ludwig Borga collection from Torrent, right?
Every match, 2 or 3 gigs.
Has every match of Ludwig Borga's career and has
Even, like, on Raw or, like,
yeah,
it's
it's 2 gigs and it's like every match of Ludwig Borga ever.
I didn't realize such a thing even existed.
I know. Well,
One Intercontinental title.
hey, if you want, I can send it to you on DVD if you ever want it. Because you still got it, right?
I might end up taking you up on that. You never know.
All right.
That's possible.
All right. Hey, are you still sending me the Weymouth After Dark movie?
Oh yeah, the Weymouth After Dark movie is ready to go. I actually haven't put it in the mail yet, but I have a copy. I have the letter, so hopefully that'll get mailed out tomorrow.
All right.
And you guys not too far away, so you should probably have it by the end of the week or beginning of next week.
All right.
And yeah, I'm anxious to hear what you guys think of it.
Hey, all right. I'll watch it. And hey, if would it be all right if I put it on YouTube or?
No, you should. I would be all for that.
All right.
I mean, it's a long file to put on YouTube. It's 66 minutes long.
Uh-huh.
But you probably know how to break these things up, and if you can, use your initiative and break it up where you think is a good edit for you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can put it all on at once, but it's kind of a big file. I don't know if they would. If you can put something on that's 60 minutes long, and also it's kind of long for people to watch. So if you wanted to, break it up into 5 parts or something like that, by all means, yeah, you can definitely put it on there.
All right, awesome. You said the movie didn't take place in the studio; it took place outside, correct?
Yeah, the movie is filmed sort of on location. It's off from the Massachusetts. This is an exclusive interview, right? So a little exclusive behind-the-scenes information. But a lot of the scenes that are supposed to take place in Bridgewater, because the full title of the movie is Weymouth After Dark, the movie, The Quest for the Bridgewater Triangle. Right? And Bridgewater is a place in Massachusetts that's supposed to be the center of paranormal activity in the state. So you've all heard of the Bermuda Triangle, maybe the Bridgewater Triangle. Not as well known, but it's supposed to be said to be a place where there's been sightings of Bigfoot-like creatures, ghosts, zombies, this kind of thing. And so we go on an expedition. Me and Joe and my friend Chris, who's on the show sometimes, and my friend Dave, although he's playing a Native American in this one, so Native Americans keep coming up here. Anyway, the 4 of us go on a quest in Bridgewater, try and record what we find, try and find some paranormal activity. And some of the scenes are actually filmed in Weymouth, and we're pretending that it's Bridgewater. But I don't think that most people would notice that.
That's awesome. That's cool. This is an exclusive interview. Some might call it the shoot interview. I'm here with Frank. And you've been in this business a long time, and your show actually aired in Manhattan. How long did it air in Manhattan?
It aired in Manhattan for, I think, probably 4 or 5 months. The reason why it stopped airing there is because, I've mentioned this to you in the past in some of the emails that we've exchanged about how in cable access you'll usually need a sponsor, and that sponsor needs to send in your programs for you and kind of fill out various forms. And the sponsor that I had in Manhattan was sort of a friend of a friend. It wasn't somebody that I ever even met in person. So it became kind of difficult to stay in touch with her as far as staying current in terms of, renewing the show and filling out the forms. So it ran for, I think, about 4 or 5 months there, but then when it became time for the new season, the new schedule to go on there, I was just too busy and I wasn't able to stay in touch with her, and we didn't end up renewing it. But it was there for a while. And actually their channel, Manhattan's cable access channel, streamed on the internet, so for a while you could watch Manhattan, but before YouTube even existed, I think, or at least before I knew of YouTube, you could watch streaming Manhattan network, so you could watch Weymouth After Dark at the time that it aired, which was probably 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday or something like that.
I see. Now, speaking of sponsors and television, you got anything for the Doorstop Nation? You got anybody in line for us, for a sponsor-wise?
Yeah, so you got Doorstop Nation Live coming up, which I think is a pretty cool name. I think you should stick with it.
All right,
yeah. Yeah, now, as far as a sponsor, I've got a sponsor right now for Weymouth After Dark, because me and Joe don't actually live in Boston, we live in Weymouth, obviously, so I got a sponsor right now, my friend Rob. He's on the show sometimes, too. Playing the world's biggest Beatles fan, but you'll see that episode one of these days, you can get it on YouTube. Anyway, if I can get him to sponsor your show, that would be great. but I don't know if there's a rule that since he's always sponsoring one show, he can't sponsor another. If that's the case, then I'll just get his wife Emily to do it.
All right.
And so that's probably who I'm thinking, will be your sponsor. So I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to lead you on, but I mean, I can say with pretty much a lot of confidence that I can find somebody. That shouldn't be too hard. That I should find somebody to be a sponsor. We can do it.
How much does it cost to be a sponsor? Do you know, or?
It doesn't cost anything. Well, the thing is that they just join MNN. They join BNN rather. So I mean, I think that if they're doing this to sponsor your show, you would just write them or write the channel a check for the $22, which is a year's membership, and they would join and then sponsor your show, which is free. You know what I mean? So like, since they're joining to sponsor your show, you guys would pay. If my friend Rob can do it, it won't cost you a cent. If I have to get a new person who isn't already signed up, then you guys can just pay the $22 for that year's membership, and then the person will just sponsor your show.
All right. And do you know how soon the show? When does BNN change your programming? Do you know?
What's that now?
When does BNN change their programming?
Well, every season, so 4 times a year, they redo their schedule. That's easy. It's just a form that you send or fax to them, and I can, when the time comes, I can help you sort that out because it's not a very hard form. There's Joe. It's not a very hard form, and you just send it in, and chances are you'll keep your time slot if that's what you check. If not, they'll just put it on at a different time.
I see. Do you know what times are available, or?
It varies. I mean, they say that the local shows, meaning not even when it's dog, but shows actually filmed in Boston, not even the suburbs, but filmed in Boston, get the priority. So chances are you guys will be on at night, but you probably want to be on at night because that's when all the cool shows are on. Like
Damn right, yeah. I always wanted to have a show.
And I can help promote. You can. Of course, I'll spread the word to people that I know, and we can throw up a Craigslist ad and other stuff too when the time comes, and in Boston, and get people to know what time your show is on.
That's great. And I always wanted to have a show on Saturday night. Is that possible? You guys are on Friday morning, right?
No, that was our New York time. We're actually on. I think it just changed recently. After years of being the same time, we're on Thursday at 1 in the morning. So technically Wednesday night now.
Wow.
If you get a Saturday, that'd be great. I mean, it's hard to say. When you fill out the form, you list your top 10 choices of times, and maybe you'll get one of those. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on what they have.
I see.
But I think you'll definitely get a time.
Yeah.
It's just as to which time and day, that's sort of at their discretion.
I see. We already filmed. By the way, we already filmed 2 episodes over at Dork Stop Nation Live. It's kind of funny for our show. We always like to play it off as if we are live, and we always play it off as we are.
You're pretending it's live, just like well, it is live when you're filming it, right?
That's right. Yeah. And we always pretend like we're live, and we'll also pretend like we're live from a different city each week.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
And
it's always the same one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Our first show, we said we were live from St. Louis. And our second show, we said we're live from Kansas City. And this, I believe Friday night. Actually, correct me. I'm correct myself. I'm wrong. Our second episode, we said we're live from Las Vegas. Our current episode,
Las Vegas, huh?
Yeah. Our current episode, we're going to be filming probably Friday night. We're going to probably film 2 episodes on Friday night. We're going to say we're from Kansas City, and we're going to be saying we're from Columbus, Ohio. So, we always like to change it up. You said you guys are going to be doing some new episodes later on this year. Do you know when, or?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll get to it in a second, but I just want to give you guys a little heads up. I got Joe here now. He stopped by, so in a minute, if you want, after I answer maybe just a couple more questions, I'll let him say hi to you guys. And if you wanted to ask him about the show at all,
Of course, yeah.
He's a very colorful person. He's a lot to say. As far as what you said about doing a new one, I'm in the process of trying to figure that out right now, Joe. I'm sending the emails. I'm trying to get guests together, and I mean, I really hope that we can do them. I don't know, let's say June, July, something like that. And when they are done, I'll let you know right away. You can put up the word on Doorstep Nation.
Of course. And I got one question to ask. This might be a little, little big question to ask, but I was talking to my friend Jen Batali, and she said that she's going to Boston, the Boston area, July 1st to the 8th, I believe. And now, would it be all right if I gave her your phone number, maybe she can be on the show?
If we're doing shows at the time, that's the bigger question.
All right.
Yeah, it would be fine. I'd be all for it as long as we're because there's just a couple variables there. I mean, if we can find studio, if I can get those dates, because sometimes it's sort of out of my hand as to when studio has dates, but